welcome to the Bogan Baker. Today we're just going to make just a very simple Madeira cake, but I am going to add a little bit of Pina Colada flavouring from Flavorista, just to make it a little bit different, a little bit more interesting. Now your Madeira cakes are a very simple cake to make, very easy, very simple. And I use this recipe a lot. Just add whatever flavours you want. Add your cocoa, whatever. You can change your flavours around. So first we've got to cream the butter and sugar. So we have four dessertspoons of butter. Now I've left this butter out and it is quite soft. So always a good idea to have your ingredients, especially your cold ingredients, at room temperature, because they will actually make your life so much easier. If I can get it off my finger, that is. It will make your life so much easier. So we've got the butter in there, and then we've got 4 tablespoons of sugar. So very small tablespoons of sugar, so not heaped ones, so just level tablespoons. So 4 of those. So we're going to cream those, so I am going to make a bit of noise. So remember, when you're creaming, that you need to mix it until the sugar is dissolved. So when you do this, you can't feel that graininess. So I'm going to make a bit of noise. Okay. That feels good to me. So very important to remember when you're baking cakes is you cannot over mix it at this point. So if you have got a like a Kenwood that you can put this in and walk away, and you do that, somebody, you know, the phone rings, or you go and put a load of washing on, it doesn't matter. You cannot over mix it at this point. Once you put the dry ingredients in, that's could be different. So we've got that creamed, then we're going to add 3 eggs. So remember, always crack your eggs into a glass or a container or something, just to make sure that they're okay. So last thing you want to do is be breaking them into your dish, and then find out that you've got a bad one, or that the chickies actually started to grow, which is always a bit gross when you get little, you know, feathers and stuff in your cakes. Not always a good look. Okay, so we're just going to give that a mix. Give that a good whisk. Now don't stress, because it'll look like it's curdled and it's gone all lumpy and gross, and now don't worry too much about that if it looks like that. So beat that out. Okay. Give that in there. So then, going to put in some Pina Colada. So Flavorista, if you have never heard of Flavorista, we are a Queensland-based company, and all of our products are gluten-free and all nut-free. This cake's not gluten-free because I like the regular flour, but if you do have about a tablespoon, okay, of that in there. So if you have gluten intolerances and you want to make this with gluten-free flour, then obviously you know how to make your adjustments. But this stuff is really good. We'll just pop it there. Just a bit of product placement so you know what's going on. So then we're going to add a cup of flour. And that's all the ingredients in this cake. So it is really that simple. So, you know, at this point, if you wanted to add, like I said, your cocoa powder or any of your flavourings or fruits or anything like that, then, you know, feel free to experiment. You know, go your hardest. So we're going to give that a beat. So I just beat that on high for a bit. Okay, that gets everything in there. I'll give it a bit of a whisk. It's a little bit quieter if I do it this way. So when you're buying, if you're going to use a packet mix instead of making a cake from scratch like this one, and you buy, say, Green's packet mix, it says on the back, beat on high for 4 to 5 minutes. Beat on high for 4 to 5 minutes, because you need to do that to be able to get all that air and stuff in there, and that's what makes your cake rise, and that's what makes them nice. Okay, so I'm just going to make a bit more noise, and then we'll come back. Alright, so I'm happy with that. So, you can make this as a cake, in a cake tin. Just make sure that you do line your cake tin, okay? So we'll go through that in another video of greasing and lining and flouring your cake tin so that your cake mixes don't stick. But for this, just get your baking paper. So you know, whether it's this brand or Coles brand or whatever brand, the baking paper. Okay, cut that out to the size of your tin, a little bit of butter, pop your paper in, and then that will actually stop your cake from sticking to the tin. It will actually come out looking like a cake and not just something on the bottom. So my little papers keep popping up. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of butter on the bottom and get them to stick. There's nothing worse than trying to fill your patty cake papers and they keep popping out of your tin. Now you can buy silicone patty cake papers, which I do normally use. If I can find one in my drawer, the little silicone ones. Now I do normally use these, but I am actually giving these away. I'm not keeping them for myself. So these are really cool. You can find these online, Robin's Kitchens, places like that. I think I got mine from a cheapy shop. Even wish.com usually sell them. They're really good. I have this little contraption. Again, I'm a big fan of online shopping. Wish.com. It cost like $2 or something. It was dirt cheap and it is amazing. So pop it in there. Okay, so I've popped my cake mix in there. So you can notice that it's got the little handle there. So just shift that out of our way so we can see. Okay. So you pull that up, and theory being that the cake comes out. It's just a little bit thick, so it might take a little while to come out. So just bear with me. Just because I'm doing this for the camera, it's going to take a while. Because, you know, that's how we roll here on Bogan Baker. So if you've got a nice thin cake recipe, cake mix, this thing's really good because, you know, I don't bet you guys, but I have a bit of trouble spooning it out. So it might take a little bit longer to put them in. Okay, so your other option, okay, is a spoonful. Okay, so you can use your spoon. Just scoop it in like that. So these are going to take probably about 10 minutes. So set your timer for 10 and then check them. Okay, don't leave them in for too long because obviously they'll burn. So preset the oven at about 180 to 200. So your basic moderate oven is about a 200 degree. I tend to cook most of my stuff at about 200. I find it's a bit easier. So just for the sake of time, I'm just going to scoop this out. Now, I wish we had smell-o-vision because the smell of that Pina Colada powder in this cake mix is just amazing. And I know Mum always says, you know, don't lick the beaters because they're raw eggs, but I tell you what, yum. I am going to lick the spoon. So, these ones I don't need. So we ended up with 9 little patty cakes out of that. It is only a very small cake mix, so if you're putting in a cake tin, you will only need a very small tin. Just going to pop that in our oven. Okay, we're going to set the timer and come back in about 10 minutes, and we'll see how they go. Alright, so I put them in for 10 minutes and I checked my little cakes. Did need to leave them for an extra 5, so they did take that little bit longer. So as you can see, they have browned up, nice and gold on the top. So let's just crack one open and have a look. How good does that look? Look at that steam coming off there, fresh out of the oven. Oh my goodness. Oh. You fellas need to pop onto my website, grab yourself some Pina Colada, have a look at the other spices and oils and balsamic vinegars that I have. So it's all the www.flavorista.com.au/Catherine Graham. Send you straight through to my website. You can order it online, don't have to worry about the virus getting you, and we'll just mail it to you. So there we have it. Some nice little Pina Colada patty cakes made with a very, very simple Madeira cake recipe. So before we go, I want to say a wonderful thank you to the beautiful Miss Phoebe, who's filming and editing all this, makes me look fabulous. So, you know, anybody wants any video undone, give Miss Phoebe a call, she's wonderful. So until next time, keep on cooking. See ya.